communities is hard. Building communities is complicated. Building communities is very, very overwhelming. And it's like, yeah, I had only one response: talk to Zainab. Zainab, if you all don't know, Zainab Bawa heads Has Geek along with Kiran. And when I went on to search my email to look for Zainab, I found this email from 2021 where Zainab had said, Gurman, why don't we do an online conference about data viz for India? And I replied to her saying, Zainab, do you still want to do this? In my head, I was still thinking about the 6-part online thingy. I did that. I got on a call with Zainab and Karan, again from Hasgeek, and they said that Gurman, the kind of things you're looking for are not going to happen from a 6-day virtual event. You need to give in more time. We need to build a community. And we'll do a conference, but we'll do in-person conference. More on that later. So that happened. Maine bola, acha. Zainab said we need to look for more people. I started texting a lot of other people. Would you like to be part of this? One WhatsApp group was formed. And that WhatsApp group happened. Um, we all got to meet in Bangalore while some of us were visiting there for for another conference. We met, notes were made. As you can see, there's one word, name that's on top. Name was selected. More things were ideated. And that's how some of our streams were formed. So like most things, it starts with some scribbles on paper and one WhatsApp group. And that's kind of how all of this started. And over to Rasagy.
So I think the idea really came across that we want to build like a strong community. We started noticing how even in that small room when we were meeting, we were all coming from very different backgrounds. So we wanted to make sure that this community is very inclusive and welcoming to a bunch of different people from a bunch of different backgrounds, and with the whole shared interest in data visualization. So we're hoping that this becomes the first maybe space where a bunch of these weird, unique, strange, as somebody was pointing out in WhatsApp with Chitra,
Yeah.
folks come together. And that's the broad sort of idea of VizChitra as a community. And I thought now might be a good sense not just to know about where people are jumping in from, but actually maybe to ask, what do you all do? So Gurman set up a very nice, fun Slido. You can all go to slido.com. If you have a desktop, you can scan this QR code. Otherwise, if you're on a mobile phone, just opening a browser, slido.com, and then entering the 7-digit number would help you get onto this poll. Drop a message in chat in case you're not able to do this.
And if you can, I'm just keeping it open on my phone because I'll keep asking questions on this. So if you keep it handy, that would be also be nice.
Yeah, don't close the tab.
Yeah. Let's see. Huh.
All right. I'm surprised to see so many designers and so
Uh,
few journalists.
Everybody has been accusing me for filling VizChitra with journalist. It's actually Rasagy filling it up with designers. Wrong, fuzzy accusations.
I think like most journalists are also a designer.
And most designers are also storytellers and journalists. Of course. All false accusations. Very happy. Thank you, people, for coming here. All these designers. Also, like maybe it's Friday evening and journalists are filing away stories while designers are hanging around at parties.
And I agree, Seema. Yeah, where are the educators? They're not even in the scroll anymore.
Dukh hua. I'll show. Educators are here.
Nice. I'm also glad to see artists or people who
I
call
do.
themselves artists.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Every entrepreneur vote is worth 100. I agree.
Karthik is building jobs for all of us.
I don't see brand strategy. Yes, brand. Okay, brand people highly, highly noted. Next poll that will be part business and strategy. Product.
I agree. I do feel maybe next time we're gonna keep a open field as well and see how many more terms could come up. Always nice to see more folks like product folks, brand strategists showing up. I think we have now gotten to 100 people. That's probably close to what we
Wow.
look for.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. I'm going to move. That's cool. That might be the biggest Slido poll I've run, but I'll go. Thank you all. Um, yeah,
So when we were really thinking about what all we would want from the VizChitra community, we were able to sort of bring these three broad pillars. And our idea was to find a community or build a community where you could get to attend, get inspiration, and that could largely be through events, could be large scale events, could be shorter virtual events like this one. But beyond just events, we were also hoping that we would try and learn and grow together. And that could include workshops, it could include mentorship programs, it could just include ways to share things for feedback. And eventually, we are hoping that this also helps us create new things, collaborate, connect with people, could be across academia, across industry, even across governance and citizen groups. And the possibilities, honestly, are endless for a data visualization community. And we want to see what the community really wants us to do, or what is the community's current need, and then try and do our best to sort of serve that or help with that. So this is at the three broad themes that we had put together. And by we, I mean a bunch of people that we'll talk about very soon. But time for another quick poll to really understand if there was one thing that you were hoping that this VizChitra community would help you with, what would that be? And so if you have the tab open, you should see this poll. If you don't have the tab open, you can open it again. And yeah, try and tell us what is it that you're hoping VizChitra could help you with.
find more nerds.
I thought you've already found us.
No, somebody is saying find more nerds.
No, no,
Uh,
I
huh. But it was my agenda for sure to be able to find more nerds. And I think since the WhatsApp community has formed, I have discovered a lot more nerds. About 143 nerds are with us right now. That's pretty crazy. So yeah,
I can see a lot of people saying jobs, also networking,
yeah.
and please don't apologize, journalists.
You're very much welcome. Um, improve storytelling, making beautiful visuals, place to go when in doubt. So truly learning resources, guidance, opportunities, collaboration and mentorship, data discourse, mutual love for data, fun discussions, fun times. How data and performance art can come together. Uh, to experiment, to make cool things. Make database mainstream. Uh, if people who know me know that that's something I keep repeating, we need to make database mainstream. A daily database challenge. Daily or weekly. Um, I'd love to become a storyteller and I'm hoping to learn how to craft compelling narratives. Leave a mark in the global visualization community from Indian contributors. That's beautiful. Yeah. And I think it's emerging. I see more and more people from the Indian diaspora everywhere in the Viz community now. Broaden the idea of what data Viz can be. Data Viz focused on Indian aspects, to find people to jam with on weekends, to sit in cabin, make poems about data, and then quote them.
Whoever this is, please find me.
Judge good database from good looking database, hands-on activities, workshops, data party. So yeah, yeah. Thank you for bringing such diverse perspectives. Um, have make my bosses understand database is not just Tableau dashboards. There's more to that. You should bring your bosses to these events. You should have them join the community, and then we can, do more. I'll wait for one or two more, and then we can move on.
Yeah, and we're gonna sit and go through this whole list again.
Yeah, yeah.
7 answers already, which is always fun.
Upsa is also saying in the chat, Kabun and board game people reach out. Data sonification, somebody is talking about.
Missed opportunity for us to start with some data sonification music.
I will fix this next time. I shall fix this. Take care. Somebody is looking to hire also. To recruitment. Okay. We'll move forward. Aage बढ़े.
Yes. Thanks a lot, everyone, for adding in. And for some person who's definitely sort of asking this question of contributor of VizChitra, we're definitely going to come to that point and chat a bit about what all you can do. Also, photo stories, photo viz. Yes. But yeah, let's move on. This was great. And this got us some validation of the things that we were hoping the community should do or should provide, and also got a lot of new ideas as well. So it's always interesting to hear from the community, what really works or what is really needed. Let's move on, Gurman, to the next bit. And so the big question, Gurman, when is this thing that I'm hearing, which is the conference?
Conference is in June in Bangalore. Woohoo! So we are doing a 2-day event. One day in BIC for talks and conversations. Second day across Bangalore for workshops. So 1 day of talks and conversations, 1 day of workshops, because as a lot of you said, there's need for mentorship, there's need for learning. So we really want to create those spaces, but it's going to be Bangalore. So if you want to book tickets, if you want to put in requests to bosses, if you want to allocate personal budget, company budget, whatever budget, you have your warning. Now you can do. This is the first database conference of this kind that brings people from different industries together. It's not around a tool. It's not around anything else. It's around the pure love for database and passion and desire to do better. And that's what. Yeah. And how is all of this happening? All of this is happening because of many different people. And what we want to do is we want to hear from those people themselves. So I'm going to put some of them on the spot, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, just because this is quite diverse. This whole group is quite diverse. So I want you to hear from that. And over to Amit. Amit, why don't you go first?
Am I on? Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
So my name is Amit Kapoor. I primarily work in this intersection of data visual stories, which I think a lot of people here are like that, right? So it's lovely to be part of this community and kind of get to, spread this joy of data visualization, right? So I end up working a lot in this intersection of data, visuals, and stories. And I am basically an educator, a mentor, a consultant, and trying to help companies and people to learn more about data visualization. I use visualization in many contexts. I started with being a professional data visualization in my ex-management consulting time. So I have been doing it for now 25 years in trying to make some change happen within companies. But in the last decade or so, or more than a decade now, 15 years, I've been like teaching this. I've been telling people, educating people about this, both in the business context and in academic context, as well as doing workshops around that. And I primarily help people to think of data visualization in many contexts, but one of them is like analytics and, machine learning, AI, all of those new buzzy stuff is also covered. But I also do, some very designy stuff, which I'm learning a little bit from all my NID students. And Rasagy is like, but I'm learning some design context or in management context or business context when I also do. So I, in the context of information design and interaction design, how can we bring and integrate data? Right? So I'll stop here. Lovely to be here. Over to you, back to you.
Thank you. Over to Ipsa. Ipsa, go. Ipsa, you're on mute.
Oh no, has to happen on the point. I really need it.
Hi, Ipsa.
Hey, you still.
Ipsa, do you want to rejoin? And till then, maybe we can, yeah.
Okay, I will go to maybe Pujil next. Pujil.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm Pujil. I work as a database designer for Council on Energy, Environment and Water, which is like a climate policy think tank. My LinkedIn bio says I make charts on climate change for a living, which is, like a really dubious, or not, I won't say dubious, but a very precarious way, precarious mode to sort of hedge all your cards on. But that's what I do. I am a data journalist turned data visualization designer turned now becoming an information designer. And I saw a couple of responses about combining performance art with data viz. Whoever said that, please reach out to me, because that is my biggest passion in life, figuring out how we can integrate Indian dance, Indian classical art forms with data, because I find that both of them to be so mathematical. And something of interest to me now is just generally exploring a lot of Indian storytelling traditions, Indian cultural traditions in the realm of data, right? So using data as a medium of storytelling. So yeah, that's what I do. And I'm super excited to meet everybody here from all these different domains, to learn from you, to collaborate with you, and looking forward to seeing all of you in Namma Bengaluru 3-4 months from now. So
thanks, Pujil. Over to Urmila. Urmila, you here?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm Urmila. I'm a data visualization developer at Eli Lilly. It's a pharmaceutical company. I got into data viz. I switched careers from finance to data viz. I learned to code, and I got to do some online challenges, and Gurman saw some of them and reached out to me. So, and I'm here. I get to contribute to the community. It's really fun to be part of this community and to see something that is in India, and it should keep growing. And some of my recent interests is 3D visualization, learning 3JS to create 3D visualizations, and physical visualizations with different mediums. I bought a little bit of clay, so I'll probably create something and share with the community. But yeah, it's great to be here, and thank you.
Thanks, Urmila. Over to Ipsa. Should we try now?
Yes. Am I audible?
You are very much audible. I'm going to pin you.
Yeah. Am I visible? I can see myself.
Yes,
so
we can see you.
Okay. Hey, hi everyone. I'm Ipsa. I am a science communicator. I trained as a scientist. and I am an accidental design educator. That's how I got into data visualization. And at the moment, I am interested in learning how to design surveys and analyze data. Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks, Heyman. And it's been
Ipsa,
so good working with VizChitra. Yeah, a joy.
Ipsa is a PhD in.
Molecular biology.
So I think that's very much relevant for people to know that you can do really anything after studying anything. So she brings that background to database, which I think is beautiful. She's
Yeah,
also
I
an
think of
artist,
data like a scientist. Yeah, I look at anything like a scientist, I think.
but Ipsa also illustrates, draws, so brings a lot of artful expression in many different fields. So thank you, Ipsa. And
Thank you, Gurman.
lastly, I am going to go to Arpit. Uh, Arpit, 1 second. Arpit, are you here? Hello. Yes.
Yes, he's
Hello,
here.
hello. Hi everyone. I am Arpit. While everyone was talking about what they do, I was really thinking hard to like what should I say? I think like many people here, I just do whatever I want. Like I've done product, I have done journalism, I've done research. My background is in statistics. Now I'm designing charts. So like identity crisis at mid 30s is max, but I think what I truly care about is how people look at data and when they see data, what they see when they see data. Because I feel all 150 people here, when I show all of you a chart, will see all 150 different things. So that keeps me very excited. Uh, and I do it both through small data at 36 Fruits with Hamsa and through very big data at Data for India with a bunch of other folks. So that's me.
Thank you, Arpit. So that's a glimpse of the variety and diversity that came together to make this happen. Yeah. Rasagy, do you want to take this?
Yeah, I was hoping that we would get more questions on how can I speak than on volunteering, but I love the spirit nevertheless in the chat. Um, this is the first time we are doing this conference, and we of course want people from this group here, the 150 people who have joined, and many others who are doing interesting database work to come and speak. Uh, we are going to open the call for proposals, which will also be on the website that we'll talk about soon. But the call for proposal is split across the two different forms. So there is a talk, which could be a standard sort of 25-minute talk with a 5-minute Q&A, or a quick lightning talk, which could be, say, 12 minutes with maybe 3 minutes of Q&A. And we are open to anyone and everyone to present, their work, talk about what you've been doing. It could be some reflections from your journey, some new ideas, etc. And you don't need to have a prior sort of speaking conference experience to do this. And we will talk and probably do something more just to help people submit a proposal, or if you're in two minds and you're not so sure, we'll try and also support you as well. So definitely consider, if you already have an idea, apply. And if you're hesitant or on the fence, look out for something that we'll do to help out. There are deadlines to submitting the call for proposal. They're all on the website. And we'll probably plan something next month to just help people out in case they're drafting this as well. Apart from a talk, we also want to do two slightly different things. One is to do a workshop. Workshops are much longer, like 3 hours or roughly, half a day. And we want, like we mentioned, a day dedicated to a bunch of different workshops. So if you're really good at something and you want more people to get immersed into that skill, you love teaching and you love getting people excited about a new space, please definitely propose a workshop, and we'll try and plan out as we get closer to the date and on where we will do these workshops. We also want to bring people together who are working in very specific areas, specific interests, maybe niche interests. Like I can see dance and data and performance art already sort of shining in the chat, right? So things like that during the conference. So while there are talks that will happen, we also want people to have a space where they could meet like-minded folks. And that's what is generally referred to as a birds of a feather session or an unconference. These don't require you to have slides or a very clear set of topics to talk about. They're just broad themes, and we'll probably help you facilitate it or give you pointers. But beyond that, it's just a bunch of people who are interested who are coming together. So as of now, these are the 4 different things that we are planning to do with VizChitra. There is a call for proposal, and we will share all of these links again as well. Please go through it. And with that, maybe we ask 2 more questions. So back to Slido. Hopefully you have the tab open. And if you do, please check the next poll which we have, which is if you could hear any talk related to database specifically, but about anything around database, what would that be? And this is just maybe us trying to seed some idea. And maybe somebody wants to hear a talk which another person can speak about. I already love this talk. Somebody talk about history of database in India. There was, for those who were on the WhatsApp group, a lot of interesting chatter about this earlier this week. And for those who were not on the WhatsApp group, we will share links to the WhatsApp group as well. I like this approach for sure, like a lot more of, hey, what is the science telling us about database that works and that doesn't work? Indian database war crimes will probably get us shut down, but we shall try. I love this part, which is India's specific challenges and opportunities for the Viz community. I think there is specific to India, so many different points, data, finding data, taking data from a PDF, turning it into actually useful stuff to analyzing, communicating, multilingual, low data literacy. I think there was another conversation here, which was more around on the WhatsApp group, which is about participatory sort of data visualization for communities. So they own the database. So I love that part. Data sonification for sure.
Mapping.
Cartography, yes. AI and database. AI has to sort of creep in to the discourse today. So yeah, but I also love database in the field of community social work. There's so much impact that it is having.
Ethics and people-centric stories. So more about data ethics and hearing that.
And also data, tangible data and data physicalization, which
Yeah.
I'm always excited about.
Yeah, it's come up. There are 3-4 people who have written that already.
I wonder who they are.
Database for art versus that for understanding. Yeah. Can we do database storytelling without charts? The short answer is yes. The long answer we have to answer at the conference. Database about Indian pop culture. I don't know if you know, but there's Surbi Bhatia somewhere lurking in this room. She's done a lot of work around Bollywood and database, like data stories around Bollywood.
Yeah.
Artists in India. Indian sports and database. Misinterpretation of data and misinformation. Custom libraries, so that use grammar of graphics. Journey into database, how to make it into database as part of your profession while coming from different backgrounds.
I think we need to do an unconference of therapy for people whose bosses are forcing them to make that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Data कैसे ढूंढे?
Yes.
How do you look for data? Food is database. Data cuisine was a project, no? Ages ago. Yeah. Nice.
And I agree with Sai's point. I already think we have We have enough material for like 5 years of VizChitra conference right here. All we need is just like people to sign up for one each.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
good 1 hour investment for everybody to come together.
Yes.
Future of database mediums, memes, trend, and virality. Mm. Database taboos.
All right. I think we have enough on a talk. I did notice somebody was suggesting like a workshop, and that's exactly what
No,
we had in.
no.
Oh, actually, we skipped the
Yeah,
workshop.
yeah, we skipped that. So we're
Sorry,
good.
I know we skipped the workshop. I completely forgot. I
No,
also realize we are at 5:37. Okay.
so that-
So,
yeah,
yeah, Gurman, do you want to take this or?
yeah, can do. So a lot of you had questions on what can I do? What do I do? I want to volunteer. I want to participate. So few things of what do you do next. One is, of course, submit your talks to the conference. If you have ideas, please pitch in. We want people who can lead some of these conversations. And I'm pretty sure some of those will emerge from this room. There will be ways to volunteer, but we'll share information on that in the coming weeks. But talks, you act now. Um, the other is some of you will be part of organizations that perhaps want to support and sponsor the conference. So if that is the case, that's another avenue of supporting. So you can get in touch with HasGeek on this email. These details are also on the conference website, which we'll share shortly. But that's one thing to think about. And lastly, if you're not part of it already, please join the WhatsApp community. It is such a lovely space. We are already 650 plus members. I love the conversations that are happening there. People are open, friendly, vulnerable. It's just so beautiful and human. And it might be the nature of how nerds are, but they're just nice people, I think. So, but yes, please join your nerd gang. And somebody is saying in the chat, can we have a Discord instead of WhatsApp? I think this was more about meeting the audience where they were. And India, it's just much easier for everybody to be there. Discord, Slack will all stay as options, but we didn't want that deterrent, especially in the early days of the community. As this grows, becomes something more formal, bigger, larger, we can reassess. But that was somewhat of the decision of sticking to WhatsApp. It was very much a UX decision, as Vivek is saying. So those are some ways to think about. Karthik has already been playing with this in the chat, but now would be a good time to head to our website. And if you will see, you'll see some of your peers start and popping up. Ipsa, can you put a link to the website in the chat also? And yeah, so this is where some of the magic will happen in terms of just as this community grows. Oh my God, this is crazy. As this community grows, this this is where the updates will come. So I'll come back to the cool part, but link to join the community. If future events are planned, we log it here. The conference details, where you go, our mission, the lovely people behind all of this. There is a story behind these polygons that are for later, but this is DataViz 2, just a teaser. What the DataViz means, we'll tell you in a future date. But the people behind it, the conference, and our code of conduct. So all of that is there. And it's put together by Amit, Urmila, Shubert, and Aman. The top cool thingy that you're seeing are credits to Aman Bhargav. Uses a Voronoi tessellation. But this whole idea of people coming together and collaborating, I think that's the essence we wanted to capture. And yeah, you can see in real time where people, your friends, are joining from. So that. And let's go back. I think we have time for questions. Um, if there are questions, you can put in the chat. We are happy to. Ooh, okay, we did do that. So maybe we can.
Question big, but I would probably not.
Acha, I'm tempted. Acha, theek hai. Questions. People have already gotten distracted.
Yeah, I do know that there was one very relevant question, which was, will this be live stream? We're trying to figure out if we can do live stream and actually do like a good hybrid experience or not. We don't yet have full sort of confirmation on that yet, but whether we do live stream or maybe we record talks, things that we are trying to work with. And one of the advantages of just working with the HasGeek team is that they come with a lot of experience in doing this. So I'm hoping we will leverage some of that. If there are any other questions around the call for proposal, sponsorship, etc., let us know. Girish is asking, do you have local chapters for local meetups? Not yet, but I don't see any reason why we can't do that. We did chat a bit about, now that we are reaching like 600 to 700 people on our WhatsApp community, to maybe start individual city-based WhatsApp channels as well. And maybe we then let folks in one city decide and do this. And maybe Gurman, Amit, did you have any more thoughts on that? Otherwise, yeah, I think we can. We don't yet have a very clear plan for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Amit.
So I think in terms of doing events in other cities at the moment, like, the conference is Bangalore this year, that's it. So we are not going to do another conference this year again. But for events, which are kind of like shorter versions, we come together as a smaller group. It could be online, then it could be something like this. But if it's in person, I think we are open to exploring how we could do that for in other cities. Where enough people can join in physically and also have a local flavor and a local speaker around that. So yeah, if you have a place you want to sponsor, you have people you want to get together, just reach out to IPSA here, who is handling all the events. And if you think we can make something work physically, then we will try to on our hand. But I'm also open for opening it up for the community to start doing their own meetups and collections and figure out, just tag us, say I'm doing this on WhatsApp and, here come together. It's kind of like a low-tech, I shouldn't say low-tech, but it's a WhatsApp meetup, if you want to say, but open to both ideas, right, around that.
So he was asking about the logo, and I guess it deserves a separate conversation. I'm not sure if I could. Yeah. Gurman, you're muted though, if you're speaking.
Okay, sorry, I'm jumping without, So a lot of people were talking about this in the chat. And I think now that so we weren't sure this page was going to be ready. That's why we didn't talk about it earlier. That's the fair warning. But it's ready. So since it's ready, and that's the magic, of this community, is that things just happen. People carve out time and they just do things. So people who are saying city chapter banane, just do it. And things will start happening. So that's the kind of stuff. So about the logo, you'll see that our polygon shifts in different posts. And that's because it is data encoding. It's a radar chart. You get to type in your name, what you do, and how much of different things you may do. And then that's your unique logo. Yeah. And then you get to choose what is your speciality. So you do that, and that's the color. So it has an encoding. We created it like that. You can download it as well. And what I'm going to do is I've just shared the link in the chat. I want you to take a minute or two and create your data selfie for VizChitra. So why don't you try that?
And if you do post it on social media, tag us.
Yeah, if you do post it on social, tag us. Yeah, so try it out. Create your selfie.
And yes, Hari, I do feel there is a bunch of people in the community who are all five in most, which is always fun to see. But I've also seen many who are just beginning or not really interested in some of them. Hoping we get to see polygons of everybody soon.
And as you can see that even on the homepage, if you'll see, Rasagy and I have similar looking polygons, but our colors are different because even though we are a bit into everything, we identify to specialize in different things. So that's also, I think, the beauty of it. While we are talking about this and while you're creating your selfies, IPSA is also putting links to our different socials in the chat. So you can follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, find us wherever you are, or we will find you wherever you are.
Yeah. So you get to create your selfies and you can share it on social, spread the word about VizChitra. We're all unique. We all bring different perspectives, but the idea is to bring these people together. And that's what we are striving for. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, while people are doing that, just give me 1 second.
So, Gurman, how long were you all cooking this all up? Jesus, that's one of the questions. Do you want to answer that?
Batao? How long?
I think a bunch of us started this idea of making the logo within us. And it probably started in early November, really came closer to a data nerdy sort of logo by December. And we had that final sort of direction by December. But since then, I think it's still gone through a lot of iterations. What you're seeing today, that whole data generate, like the data selfie generator, was literally made today. Like it was pushed on GitHub today, which is why I had not seen it. Gurman,
Made overnight. That's again made overnight and pushed today, probably.
who are humans like us only get to see it once it is pushed.
But even,
It is.
but I think if you're asking how long has the ideation behind, I think we had a whole branding team, branding effort that was led by Rasagya, Hamsa, Rashi, Kashvi, and multiple people came together to sort of ideate how to do this. And that took easy a month and a half, 2 months, because again, this is not our day jobs. We make money and then we do this stuff. So that, yeah.
Talking about day jobs, Gurman, Amit did mention that we both didn't introduce ourselves.
Entitlement. हम
थोड़ा सा बता दो, अब बता दो दोनों. A little bit for people who may not,
Like she is Gurman, naam to suna hi hoga.
So hi everybody, I'm Gurman. I run a data viz studio and web dev agency called Revisual Labs. We're a small team of 5 people at the moment, and we make charts about anything and everything for all kinds of clients. I was a journalist by training, so my career journey was journalism, data journalism, graphic journalism, data viz. I've been making charts for about a decade now, and that's it. I've never studied data, design, stats, anything. I've only studied journalism. So if I can do this, anybody can do this, is how I put it. Rasagi, over to you.
Very like ratatouille. Anybody can cook. Anybody can make data viz. Yeah, my name is Rasagya. I currently work at Capital One, where we have a data labs, and I head the design team there. I come with the lens of information design. I started making data visualization without knowing what it was called, realized there is a whole world around it, did my master's in information design at NID. And I've sort of worked in the intersection of design, like UX design, data, and technology for the last like 14 years. And I also love to do data art, although I wish I did more of it. I also love to teach, and again, I wish I did more of it. And I love to also sketchnote, which is probably somewhat tangentially related to data visualization. But yeah, I also love to make communities happen, which this one was a long, long, long dream. And it's come true, all thanks to Gobi Parathas.
And lots of people who, when we sent out a message, said, "Do you want to do this?" said yes. So that, and because we were able to come together as different people, we want you also to meet each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you in breakout rooms, put you in groups of three for 5 minutes. Just get to know each other. Ask each other what do they do. You can also ask them what is something cool that they do outside of data visual work. So yeah, go get to know each other, chit chat for a bit, and then come back into the room. And I'm gonna open rooms now. Do 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 do.
Sorry, 5 minutes flew by too soon when nobody can talk. Uh, our apologies, folks. We we realized we had muted everybody, but then did not unmute everybody before we threw everybody into the breakout rooms. Let us fix that and then start breakout rooms again. I'm hoping we get people to come back.
Prakriti, you're able to unmute yourself. Mute test for me.
Yes, I think now it works.
Okay, now it works. Now I'll do again once more. I apologize for this, and should be good now.
All right, see you all.
Hey everyone. I'm assuming all of us went into breakout rooms alone and came back. It's just,
Yes.
I thought it was like a glitch for me, and yeah, maybe this could be like a quick breakout room as well. I'd love to introduce myself. I'm pretty new to the database space. So I run this company called SideView. So we work with industries and companies and organizations in the healthcare wellness space. Also looking into sustainability, where we create content and also want to build communication mediums for them on how they can leverage the science and R&D behind their product service to their audience, mostly for customer education and awareness. So that's about me. Cancer biologist and geneticist by training. Um, like I said, very new to database. Here to learn and see how we can use that as a tool in our communication. So that's about me. Um, just someone want to volunteer and introduce yourselves? Love that.
I'll go ahead. Hi everyone, I'm Prakriti. I'm in New Delhi. I'm a data journalist. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all.
Hello. Hey, I'm Prashant. I am a database developer and journalist and designer working with Reuters. Uh, yeah, I make uh, information look pretty for the news, I guess, among other things.
Hi, this is
Okay,
Aditi.
maybe go ahead, Aditi.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Aditi. Camera off because I'm on deadline, unfortunately. I'm a graphics journalist at the Financial Times in London. I'm really excited to see some familiar names on here and excited to get to know the rest of you.
Hi, I'm Sattar. I'm based in Bangalore, and unlike all of you, I'm just a civilian. I'm not at all an expert in data viz. I come from the field of brand strategy, but I'm interested in obviously visual thinking and data visualization, which is why I'm here out of curiosity and perhaps budding interest.
Hi, folks. I'm Ramchandran. I'm a data journalist interested in cartography. Thanks. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Rahul. I run a design studio called Tibba, and we are currently working with Grow on helping them do visualizations for the fintech space. And so I'm here just to see what I can learn and meet people.
Nice. I think welcome
Most
back
of
everybody. Now everybody can talk, which is fine. But yeah, हम अपना कर चुके हैं. We have spoken a lot for a very long time.
Yes, it's 6 o'clock. So thanks a lot, everyone who stayed around. And I hope you had a lot of fun chit-chatting with your new database friends, if they were new, or if you were lucky like I was. I got 2 people who are new. So we were just talking about other things and how we admire each other's work. Yes, please stay in touch. The best way to stay connected is to join the WhatsApp community. If you prefer not to be on WhatsApp, find us on any social media platform, and we'll make sure that we keep sharing announcements as things go. And yeah, we are trying to make sure that we keep doing things on the WhatsApp community, like polls, questions. So maybe books, etc., should be our next question, Gurman. We should maybe bring up favorite books. Maybe tomorrow's discussion could be that. If you're on the WhatsApp community and you haven't introduced yourself, like myself, please do it today. I will make sure I also do that. And with that, for those who want to hang around, maybe we can spend 5 more minutes. Otherwise, thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in. Gurman, are we extending the party till people don't leave? Or
No, when I entered the main room, people were chatting, and may I say, I felt like I was intruding on someone's conversation. So
I think let's leave the room open for a 5 or 10 minutes and then close it.
yeah, I can stop recording
Pujil,
now. I can stop recording, so this can be more of an informal setting.